may have got funded, might have got a couple payouts. All it takes is one day, one trading session, one candle to just wipe it all the other way.
These shitty conditions where it's choppy, where your trades aren't hitting, that's also going to happen over and over and over. There's going to be times where you're like, why didn't this trade hit? Why didn't it do this? That is what the market does. It's going to make you think a certain thing, feel a certain way, that's going to make you take yourself out the game.
Morning, everybody. I see the cruise ships over there, funnily enough, but yeah, good morning. Right now I got my Hillshire cracker packs. I'm about to eat these before I hop on this call with the team. Gonna be just going over self-doubt, self-confidence, just because I think that's gonna be a good thing to talk about, considering I was going on a losing streak the first 2 weeks of August, and I've gotten it all back, plus some, made my losses back within 2 weeks of just following my process, following my rules because of 1 or 2 good trades. So I wanna be able to explain to them how to stay confident, how to make sure you don't get doubtful, because I've been doing this shit for 5.5 years, and I've gone through a lot of the bullshit. I've gone through a lot of the bullshit. My phone's speaking to me. Call it. Student I was supposed to hop on a call with just woke up, so I'm gonna have to do this call after. But yeah, there's a lot of shit that has to get done today. One-on-one calls gotta get done. I gotta go to the gym, gotta get some Instagram footage, gotta go live on Instagram. What else do I gotta do? Chart-wise, I already did the back testing session with the team yesterday, so if you didn't watch yesterday's video, make sure you go check that one out. Yeah, I gotta figure out some stuff with Stripe, like what a payment processor. But besides that, Sunday, it's just another day, new opportunities. Stay busy, stay productive. And if you wanna work with me one-on-one to get access to the stuff that you're about to see, make sure you apply in the first in the description. But with that being said, let's have a good day. And also, forgot I had my coffee too, so. Whew. Burn myself. Oh damn, this shit foggy. At the end of the day, no matter if it's crypto, Forex, stock, futures, crypto, any of that stuff, if it's a chart, price action is gonna be price action, and you're gonna be able to read it. The only thing that really changes is like the back end, like the platform you may be taking the trade on, the platform that it's on, stuff like that. But for the most part, when it comes to just being able to read the market, having a good system, being able to like do that, that's just the most important thing, because no matter what type of asset it is, the price action is gonna be price action. And since you're fairly new, you'll get a better understanding of that long term, like understanding just why the market does what it does. But that's just like kind of just like a bare bones type of thing. But from us being able to read price action, from us being able to read the charts, we can also trade whatever we want, because that's the real skill right there. If people could read the charts, they would do what we do. But when you have things such as like options trading, it's not necessarily also like reading charts. Like you could read charts, but the people that are the best options traders are people that can also analyze charts and read charts. Like that's the real skill in itself. Everything else is just necessarily risk management, emotional control. But the real skill, the real learning is gonna be the price action. But that's like the language, essentially. Like it's just learning the language. And once you understand the language, then you're able to use the language in whatever case scenario that you would. But that's just like a bare bone basics. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Not even how to drive. You could tell somebody that you know how to drive. You could tell someone that you know how to ride a bike, but actually doing it is a little bit different. You can say you know how to do something, but can you actually do it, right? You can say you play basketball, but can you actually play basketball? You can say, oh, this is how you ride a bike, but that doesn't mean that if I tell you exactly how to ride a bike, you know how to ride a bike. You still gotta do what I told you and now get experience and confidence in yourself doing it to be able to do it consistently. And that's exactly what you need when it comes to trading, because a lot of people know what to do, they don't do it. They don't do it though. You can know exactly what to do, but if you're not doing it, it doesn't matter. But experience is gonna be key. And lie, I was on that call. I didn't get to finish my coffee. Did I get to eat my crackers? So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate, but I got off that call with a student. Funnily enough, I'm gonna tell you guys in a minute. Let me go drop this food off. So for the people that don't know, one of the jobs I used to have in Philly, like back in 2019, like right before COVID and everything, one of the jobs I had was I was a valet driver. That's one of the reasons I like cars, I like driving. Right? I used to get paid to drive nice cars, and that's part of the reason why I also like Mercedes, and also part of the reason why I've always known I've liked Mercedes, because when you're doing valet, driving all those different types of cars, you start to know and notice the cars that you actually like. Like if you guys didn't know, I used to have a Mercedes as my wallpaper that I would drive in valet, and now I got the Mercedes. I'm telling you guys, everything you want is possible, and you gotta be appreciative, because that same car I used to dream for, I'd be like, damn, I want a Maybach, I want a Lambo, I want a Ferrari. Bro, you should dream for your car, be appreciative. Same for you guys. But I'm saying all that because one of the students I just signed on was someone I used to work with in valet. So shout out to Nick, we're about to go crazy. And now it's time to get you out of Philly. It's time to take you to the next level. So with that being said, I'm also about to hop on this call with the team. It's 9:30. Let me stop yapping and let me figure out all this shit. It looks like my Wi-Fi is still not working, crazily enough. So yeah, that's fun. But with that being said, I'll probably hop on a hotspot. We'll figure it out. No days off. Stay busy. Let's get to work.
Topic of discussion I want to go over with you guys, just specifically because for all the people that know, summer conditions aren't the best times to trade. I was gonna move that back, but fuck it. Summertime isn't the best time to trade. I was just telling a student that he wasn't really missing much because he's just getting into trading and everything. So right now he probably has like that, oh, the fear that he's missing stuff, when in reality, for the people that are here, you guys could what is the word? You could vouch for how shitty summer has been. It's had its days. Like Friday, for example, was a great day, but that was just random price action, just a whole flip or reversal. That is not always going to be like that, and it's okay to have bad trading months. But the main thing you got to understand is how to have confidence in yourself still. So I'm gonna talk about ways for you to be able to stay confident because, like I said, I went on a small losing streak, couple weeks or so. Then I would have a win here, win week here, break even week. But it's been very slow going into June, or not even June, going into the end of July, going into August was a lot more slower. June, beginning of July, I was chilling. I ain't gonna lie, I did pretty good for the first 2 months of August, not August, summer. Like right now, mentally, when I think summer conditions, I'm just thinking August. August was the worst month when it came to the summer. But it's about being able to manage risk and being able to keep the confidence. Because like I said, it's not realistic to think that you're not going to have a losing streak as a trader. It's not realistic to think that you're always going to be winning. I wish I could always win, but it's not realistic. We just want to be able to manage risk. We want to be able to still be here in a week, be here in a month. Because, like I told you guys many times already during the calls this week, if I would have blown my account during the weeks that I was chopping around, during the weeks that were slow, during the weeks that every single trade I was taking was just not hitting, same trades that are making my money, same trades that are the reason you guys are here right now that you guys see. The same trades just weren't hitting. But if I would have taken myself out the game, if I would have over risked, over leveraged, I would have took myself out the game just for my same trades, same setups, all to happen again in a week, in 2 weeks, and give me everything I need to be able to make the losses back plus a little bit more. Now I wasn't able to make as much as I could because I recoup losses and then from there get back in a profit, and then from the profit is what I'm able to withdraw. But it's about being able to be in the game. Because guess what? Monday I could have a $5,000 trade. I could have a $3,000 trade. I could have this week I win every single trade. I won't know until I find out. But I won't be able to do that unless I'm here in the first place. So that just comes down to self-confidence. Why do I have the confidence in myself and my system after going on losing streaks? Because I have the data that backs it up. I backtest with you guys every single weekend. Every single weekend. Even on the weeks that I don't have the best trades or the best stats when it comes to trading, right? I backtest with you guys and I see the stuff that happens. I see the same exact trades. Remember yesterday when we went over the London session false break around 1 to like 3, 4 a.m.? Did you see how often that happens? Did you see how often that small little thing happens? The market is like that. I need you guys to understand your system works, your strategy works, but it's not going to work every day. It's not going to work every week, but it does work. More than likely, if you're doing something that you learned from the market, from price action, the market doesn't lie. Price action don't lie. It's doing things that it does over and over and over. But even then, these shitty conditions where it's choppy, where your trades aren't hitting, that's also going to happen over and over and over. There's going to be times where you're like, why didn't this trade hit? Why didn't it do this? That is what the market does. It's going to make you think a certain thing, feel a certain way, that's going to make you take yourself out the game. It's like the casino. The casino isn't going to do anything besides let you take yourself out the game due to your own greed, due to your own greediness, due to yourself. Every single time, it always comes down to yourself. Self-confidence. I have the confidence in myself and system because I have the data to back it up. I can think whatever I want. I can feel however I feel. But I know the numbers and I know the charts. I know the data shows my system works. My strategy works. When you have me, for example, teaching you guys the same stuff that's getting people 25, 50K, 75K payouts, the same exact trading system, because even money wise, it doesn't matter. That 50K could have been 5,000. That 5,000 could have been $500. It doesn't matter. It's about the system. It's about the process that's able to replicate the same results. The same thing I'm able to do, other people are able to do. Maybe the number is a little bit different. Maybe it's a little bit more money, maybe it's a little bit less. But the process still proves the work. When I'm losing my trades, having a small losing streak, people that trade the exact same way that they learned from me are winning. It just goes to show that's why it's always you versus you. The system works. The strategy works. I got data to back it up. I got literal proof in front of me from you guys taking the same trades and you guys seeing the same stuff. Like, I don't got to really prove. This should start lagging. Let me know if I just cut out. try to remember exactly where I was. I was in the middle of talking, and the next thing I hear is, did it in? Did
You
it
were
in?
basically talking about how the market will take you out the game.
Copy, copy. Um, okay, so I'll just leave it off where, like she said, taking you out the game. That's just what the market's meant to do.
All right, I'm about to hop on the second call. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that free game that I just gave you guys. Just a little money talks, education talks, just talks with the team, just getting them ready to go into this week. But besides that, it looks like my camera stuff is all about to die, so it might not get that much recorded. I'll try my best. Bear with me. Like I would say, the one thing I was talking before I hopped on the call with everyone, I was on a call with a student. I was talking to him specifically. So I recommend demo for people first, because the main thing that people don't realize is when you're trying to learn the concepts, learn the system, learn the strategy, you don't want to tie that with emotions, because if you're just trying to learn, you want to be able to learn from a loss. You want to be able to learn from a W. You don't want to have to deal with, I feel like shit right now because I just lost money. You don't want to have that in there, because that's going to now take the intention away. You're going to be trying to take a trade to make the money back. You're going to be taking a trade because you felt like shit, because you didn't want to lose. You're trying to get back. You're trying to get a withdrawal. You're trying to do whatever you're trying to do. But at least when you're on demo first, there's no result. You're just there and learning from it. From the L's, you're able to learn from it what you shouldn't do next time, what you should do next time. From the W's, you're able to see what's working. And you're just really focused on the process, so that when you go into, say, a funded account or a live account, all you really got to focus on is continuing doing the same thing you already been doing, which if you've been doing it for a little bit, you should already have the habit to where it's just doing the same thing. But now the main difference will be focusing on being able to handle yourself and your emotions, because when you're trying to do them at the same time, you're trying to learn the system, learn how to handle. It's like a lot of stuff going on at once, which is going to be a lot more chaotic. It's going to be a lot more versus if you take it one step at a time, build yourself into the person that's more capable. It's a lot more doable. And when you do it that way, you get a lot more done. You're able to get a funded account. You're able to get like a pass. But when you try to learn everything in the beginning, you might get funded, you might get a payout. But long term, if you don't have the things required, that emotional control, all it takes is one day. You can throw all that away. You may have got funded, might have got a couple payouts. All it takes is one day, one trading session, one candle to just wipe it all the other way, just from doing some dumb shit, from not being able to manage risk or manage your emotions, which is, like I said, way more important than the strategy. The strategy and system is necessary. Without that, I mean, there's not really much you can do, but it's not the end all be all. It makes a lot more sense for people to use a prop firm in the beginning, because if you don't have payouts, if you don't have confidence in yourself and system yet, it doesn't make sense for you to believe that you can immediately go into a live account and you're going to be able to make it work immediately. Because for one, it's going to cost more. So say if you want to put $1,000 into a live account, that's immediately $1,000 that you got to put in there. And if you lose, you already lost $1,000. Versus if you at least go into a funded account, $100, $200, and if you fail, at least you only lost $100, $200. Because if you would have did it with $1,000, you would have lost that $1,000 anyway. So at least doing it this way, you might have 5, 10 chances of trying to get access to more money, when if you would have put it into a live account, it just would have been one, and it would have hurt a lot more, and then you would have lost time and money. At least this way, you still got that money saved, and you're proving to yourself, because when you fail 1 or 2 times, you could take a step back, go back to demo, and realize you weren't ready yet, reevaluate yourself, and you still got that other money that would have been gone already. Like when it comes to a live account, nobody's gonna hold you accountable besides yourself. Your account's not gonna say, oh, stop here. At least with a prop firm, it'll teach you risk management, it'll teach you shouldn't be risking as much, it'll teach you that you gotta have consistency within it. A live account ain't gonna teach you that. So going from a prop firm that costs less, that gives you leverage and money, and teaches you these habits. All right, we're done with all the one-on-one calls. About to get my phones all charged up and everything. So honestly, I'm not even done the one-on-one calls. I've done the one-on-one calls until later on. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But that's why I do my one-on-one calls on the weekends, because if I had to do all these calls during the week, I would be upset, because I'm trying to enjoy my life also. But you know what? You got back from Miami, so I'm fine with working. And it's ugly as shit. Like this weather outside is atrocious. Straight ugly, straight just ugliness. But I'm about to feed the dogs, about to clean this cup and everything that I had for my coffee. And then I'm about to charge my shit. And then I'm gonna head to the gym. So with that being said, you could tell I don't do anything in this house, drink-wise or eat-wise, except coffee. Literally, look, coffee. This is just a whole bunch of coffees. We are officially back from the gym. I can finally snack on these. So I went downstairs to the store too because I left the rest of my water at the gym. So I got some more Evian water. And I got like this spicy lemon drink that's like a whole bunch of different ingredients. It's a cool little drink that I like to get. But I'm getting some stuff posted on Instagram. I got my one-on-one calls, I think at, let me check. I got a little bit of time. I'm gonna shower up and everything after I'm done eating. I got my calls at 3:30, 4, and 5. So we got 3 calls, 3:30, 4, and 5. So they're right back to back. Perfect. So with that being said, that's gonna be more education for you guys. Sunday fun day. Is raining outside. I got soaked. So matter of fact, put that microphone there. I had got soaked. So this is like literally wet as shit. You can't even tell, but you might be able to tell. I got soaked out there because the door in the back, basically like the back door to my apartment, it wasn't working. So I had to go all the way to the front of the building, but the store was in the back. That's why I wanted to go through the back door because I barely would have had to walk anywhere, but I had to go through in front, walk around the whole block to get to the front. So that was tragic, but we here. I ain't complaining. I'm gonna dig in, take my shower, and then get back to work. No days off. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Gotta go work out, now I'm gonna feed myself, and then continue getting to work. All right, about to hop on the next 3 one-on-one calls for the day, so it's gonna make about 5 total. So with that being said, we're about to hop on a call with my boy Elijah. And yeah, haven't talked to him in a little bit, but we about to get him right. I think the last thing I talked about with him, which is kind of basics, he's never traded before. He understands online stuff. He works for himself. He works from home, but he wants to learn trading. He wants to learn another skill to be able to make him more money. Everybody that makes money still ends up wanting to trade because guess what? Who wouldn't want more money? Exactly. But yeah, we're about to hop on call. But I was gonna say, like, the first steps is definitely gonna be demo, firstly, because a lot of people always wanna get into it, try to make some money. That's gonna happen, but you wanna be able to get that process first. And if you're trying to learn the process and also losing money while trying to do so, the mindset is not gonna be on the process. This is gonna be on, I just lost money, I wanna be able to make it back. It's gonna be on, the intention's not gonna be there. So I would definitely say demo is gonna be the first thing so you can actually get experience using it all. If you use TradingView, you can use paper trading on TradingView, which will be a way to be able to like press buy and sell and actually get in and out of trades without having like go on different platforms. It would all just be in one spot. Paper trading on TradingView will probably be the best bet, so you don't got to go back and forth between stuff. You can just kind of do it all, back test, look at what your chart is, and take the trade right on there. That would be the best bet. It'll be a live trade. It's just like fake money. It's just like it's demo. It's just essentially like it's a trade. Everything is the same besides the fact that it's not real money and it's not going to do anything besides. It's just a paper trade. Like the account could be 100 billion. I'd be risking 100 billion.
Okay.
I'd be risking 100 billion. I'd be rich. Sometimes I might risk 100K because I want to be humble.
Kind of like play on that.
Like you could just, the risk, like the money aspect doesn't necessarily matter with the paper trade. It's literally, like I said, it could be 100 billion that we're risking. But that's not necessarily, when you're paper trading and everything, is gonna be more or less for the process. Like, oh, I'm trying to get used to doing this. I want to actually take the trade. Because how much you're risking is, in my opinion, it's irrelevant. It could be $10, $1,000, 100. The process is gonna be the process. The trade is gonna be the trade regardless what you're risking. I have it like how I have it. Like I know you have the other things that you do, but even for me, I started trading and then I kind of moved backwards because I started trading, then had nothing to do from the time, and then from having all that time, you end up self-sabotaging yourself because you got nothing else to do, and then you end up back on the charts. But that's when I started getting into the content to where, like you said, it occupies that other time frame now. Like for example, me right now on the weekend, I wouldn't have nothing to do with the charts at all. Nothing. Like absolutely nothing.
What would you say is wrong with that? Like in terms of, cause
There's no like you're not staying busy. Like you're gonna have to stay busy doing something. I mean, you're gonna end up going to the gym, but how long you gonna be at the gym? Yeah, you can clean your crib. Once you're done cleaning the crib, then what? There's only like what are you gonna do? All right, just hopped off that one and we're about to hop on with my boy. Yeah, let's get straight to it. And whole time, my boy's 16. He's not even 17. He's one of the students. Where you at, Brody? At least you were able to go through all that, being able to manage risk for the most part. You went through the account, being able to get to the end of it. And usually if you get to the end, I would risk a lot more anyway because you're either gonna have to rebuild it anyway. So it's just a matter of you either risk it for the biscuit or you just take your time and potentially just lose or win.
My fault. Yeah, I didn't want to like wait on this combine because if I maybe would be in profit like maybe 2 bands or something, I would say like wait for the rebuild, don't force anything, and just pay this $50 and like need to only make 1,000. Yeah, but in this situation I was just around break even, so I decided that I would just take my risk, and if I blew it, I will just buy the new one. But yeah, this was the account that I had from the beginning of the August. So the price action in the beginning was like choppy for me. So in my opinion, I'm like still happy because I was able like to go out from drawdown, because it was like 1500 drawdown, and I was just able to go from it, like be in profit for some time. And yeah, I think it was just like the best one so far.
That student, man, 16-year-old is going crazy. By the time he turns 18 in 2 years, he's gonna be going crazy. He lives in Switzerland or New Zealand, I forget, one of the two, but he lives in across the world, but it's just, we're worldwide with it. For the people that be on the Instagram live that you guys seen earlier too, we're worldwide with it. We're about to hop on this last call of the day, wait for my boy Joel, and besides that, yeah, we working. Funnily enough, he was saying that he wakes up for the vlogs every day, like that's part of his morning schedule now that he's not in school. During the summer, he wakes up and watches the vlog, he goes for a run and stuff. And he said he didn't have nothing to do for the past 3-4 days because I had nothing to upload. He personally likes when I upload daily, like being in Tampa. Some people like the longer vlogs. I don't know, I'm getting a mixed review. But I'm gonna keep posting on a daily basis. I need something to do too. In Miami, I had shit to do. Here, I got nothing to do besides work. And we're about to hop on to the last call. Yeah, let's get to work. My boy Joel.
This week I wasn't trading much. I was trading on the demo, and I took only like 2 trades because I'm trying to like practice new rules. So like I was gonna talk to you about some of these new rules that I was planning on doing. So
I bet.
the other day, like I was looking at my journal, and I went and like got all the details on all of like the wins and losses and the break evens on bullish and bearish trades.
Mm-hmm.
So on bearish trades, I do horrible on bearish trades. I noticed like I took 11 losses in total and only 1 bearish win.
Okay.
In, like all of my bearish trades. So I was thinking of asking you if you think it was a good idea.
I mean, if you're trading US 30 and NAS, they go up most times anyway, but I'll just say sometimes you're gonna have to go week. You might go a week or so without a trade though, because sometimes it does go short, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just something that you'll have to be aware of. But I would say if you're losing those trades, there's nothing wrong with going for longs only, because statistically it would make more sense. But just like I said, keep in mind, certain weeks it might be bearish and you might not get nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because it's like I'm not gonna be risking anything at that point. Sometimes I'm not gonna even want to take a trade, right? So like if I'm trying to stick to the bullish, like if I'm only gonna take bullish.
Or maybe have rules in place to make if it's like this, then I'm willing to take a short. You know what I mean? Like have it more like just specific though. Like, I'll take a short if I get this and this. Even though, you know what I mean? Like just having it all written down or having it all planned out ahead of time. Because I would say most times you'll still be able to be good going for longs, but it's not always. You know what I mean? And it's just something you want to be able to be aware of, because looking at the positive side when we're going bullish, only looking for longs, it works. But then if you go a month or two, maybe bearish, then it's like you don't keep that in mind. But it's just having rules in place. If you could put rules in place to kind of, just have, I'm going to do this. If this happens, then I'll look for a short. But just whatever it may be, system-wise, strategy-wise.
Yeah, so even maybe you would say to maybe like look at more, maybe get better like understanding of losses and stuff, or bearish trades, bearish trend trades.
Yeah, see which ones that you do catch that do win, see like what's going wrong with them. But necessarily, I mean, right now, you can still stick to just cutting them all out and then doing more research while you're doing that, because at least you're not going to lose as much money or take as many losses. You're just likely going to get less trades, if anything. Right now, currently at Carrabba's, about to get some food, waiting for them to bring it out to me, not going to lie. But yeah, about to grub-a-dub-dub. I didn't get steak this time, I got chicken parmesan and like spaghetti, no, panini noodles, baked spaghetti, same shit though, but that's what we're on right now. And then the vlog's gonna be coming to an end. Hopefully you've enjoyed everything on this rainy, cloudy, ugly day back in Tampa, but hurricane season is definitely cooking. And if I look at the weather, it's also gonna be rainy as far as I can see. Yeah, fun time. I'll see you back at the crib. All right, team, great food. Not gonna lie, that chicken parmesan, that fake spaghetti, it hit different. I ate 2 Caesar salads, I had bread. Good meal, but this is where the video is gonna be coming to an end. If you guys wanna be able to work with me one-on-one, if you wanna be able to be a part of all the one-on-one calls you've seen, the group calls, because you guys got probably like 5% of all the stuff that I did today. I spent all day on calls, spent all day just giving game, giving value, and I didn't even put the Instagram Live in here. I spent 45 minutes on Instagram Live. So check me out on Instagram if you don't follow me there already. Don't know, where's my phone? I'm gonna give myself a shameless plug because we're already here. But if you wanna work with me one-on-one, first link in the description. If you wanna follow me on Instagram, follow me right here. I am Andre Diaz, giving free game on a daily basis. And yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's daily video. You know what time it is? Time to get to work.